People say time changes everything, but sometimes time only reveals who people truly were from the beginning. And on the night of the 10-year high school reunion, every jaw in the courtyard of Willow Creek High would drop, because the girl they once mocked, ignored and humiliated had just arrived in a way none of them could have imagined. Samantha Gray didn't step out of the shadows. She stepped out of a helicopter. But before that moment of stunned silence and shock, her story began years earlier, when she was just a quiet, awkward girl walking hallways where cruelty echoed louder than laughter. The past that still hurt back then. Samantha was the girl everyone whispered about. Her clothes weren't trendy, her shoes were worn, and her mother worked 2 jobs just to keep the lights on. Some days, Samantha hid her lunch so no one would see the cheap bread and boiled egg. And some kids who thought popularity was a personality, decided she was an easy target. The worst of them were Rachel, Tyler, and Mia. Rachel, the queen bee, beautiful and venomous. Tyler, the school's golden boy, the football star. Mia, the gossip queen who spread rumors like wildfire. They called Samantha the class loser. They tripped her in hallways. They laughed at her presentation until her hands trembled and she ran out crying. They once glued her notebook shut and filmed her trying to pull it open. And the school? They looked away. Samantha learned early she was on her own. The challenge that broke her but also built her the worst moment came senior year, during the awards ceremony. Samantha had worked harder than anyone. She dreamed of winning a scholarship that would change her life. She knew she had earned it. But when the time came, Rachel's father, who sat on the scholarship board, used his influence. The award went to Rachel instead. Samantha stood in the back of the auditorium, feeling something inside her collapse. She cried that night until her pillow was soaked. She wanted to. Quit everything, school, dreams, maybe even life itself. But her mother sat beside her, held her shaking hands and whispered, "Baby, the people who hurt you are not your future. Their power ends tonight. You are meant for more, and you will rise so high they won't even be able to understand it." That night, Samantha made a promise no one would write her story for her ever again. How she turned her pain into power. She got a small grant, worked 2 jobs, and enrolled in community college. She studied in libraries until they closed. She ate cheap noodles to save money. She slept 4 hours a night. Challenge after challenge came her way. She was rejected by investors for her business idea 16 times. Her online store failed twice. She faced months with barely enough money for rent. Her mother fell sick and medical bills piled up. People said she didn't have the look, the connections, or the background to succeed, but Samantha never forgot the humiliation she had survived. Pain became fuel, rejection became direction, and slowly her life began to change. Her third attempt, a sustainable beauty brand inspired by her mother, went viral after a small influencer loved her products and posted about them. Orders exploded overnight. Within 3 years, she opened a headquarters with 40 employees. Within 5, her company expanded internationally. By the 6th year, Samantha Gray became one of the youngest self-made millionaires in the country. The girl they called loser was now untouchable. But glory wasn't what she wanted most. She wanted closure. She wanted to face her past and finally let go. The cruel invitation. Then one evening, an email arrived. A reunion invitation from the student council. Rachel had written it herself, and she didn't hide her intention. A screenshot leaked from Rachel's private group chat. "Let's invite Samantha. It will be hilarious to see what she looks like now. Probably still pathetic." They didn't know people forwarded screenshots these days. Samantha read it without anger. She felt calm. Because this time, she wasn't walking into their world alone or afraid. She was walking in with power. Not revenge, not spite, just the truth of who she had become. She RSVP'd, yes, and she booked something special for her entrance. The night everything flipped at the reunion venue, a luxurious courtyard decorated with lights and golden balloons. Rachel held a wine glass and pretended not to be gazing at the entrance every few seconds. "Do you think she'll even show up?" Mia whispered. Tyler smirked. "Who cares? She's probably taking the bus." They burst into laughter. But then the sky shook. A deep, rumbling sound echoed above the courtyard. People looked up, confused. A sleek black helicopter descended onto the landing pad next to the field. The crowd gathered at the windows, stunned. Is that for the reunion?" Someone whispered. The doors slid open. A woman stepped out, tall, confident, stunning in a white-fitted suit. The wind from the helicopter blew her hair back like something out of a movie, and then someone gasped. "That's Samantha Gray." Phones went up. Mouths fell open. Rachel nearly dropped her drink. Samantha walked through the crowd with calm confidence. There was no arrogance in her expression, no triumph, the confrontation everyone expected, but didn't get. Rachel rushed to her, voice shaky. "Samantha! Wow, I didn't even recognize you." Samantha smiled politely. "Hello, Rachel. You, look amazing." "So, what have you been up to?" Rachel asked, trying to sound casual but betraying nervousness. Samantha shrugged gently. "Building my company. It's been a busy few years." Tyler choked on his drink. "Wait, you're the founder of Grey Glow? My sister uses your products." "Yes," Samantha said simply. Mia jumped in. "Why didn't you tell anyone you were successful?" Samantha tilted her head. "Why would I need to?" Silence spread. "Because they all knew the truth. They never asked. They never cared. They never believed she could be anything. The message that broke them and freed her." Rachel swallowed hard. "So, did you come here to show off?" Samantha shook her head. "No, I came to thank you." Everyone froze. "Because of the way you treated me, I learned something valuable. I learned that people's cruelty says nothing about my worth. I learned to stand alone. I learned to fight, and without those lessons, I wouldn't be the woman I am today." Rachel's eyes filled with shame. Tyler looked away. Mia bit her lip. Samantha continued gently, "I don't hate any of you. I hope you find what you're looking for. Truly." And with that, she walked past them. Not with bitterness, but with complete freedoms. The ending that left everyone changed. People talked about Samantha's arrival for years. Not because she came in a helicopter, but because she came with dignity. Her success wasn't the real victory. Her peace was. As she left the reunion that night, her mother's words echoed in her heart. "You will rise so high they won't understand it." And she had. But more importantly, she rose without stepping on anyone. She healed without hurting back. She won without needing them to lose. That was her real power. And that was the message her life shouted to anyone who ever felt small. Your past does not decide your future. Your struggles are not your identity. Your worth is not measured by their opinion. You are allowed to outgrow the people who broke you. One day, like Samantha, you may walk into a room full of people who never believed in you, and shine so brightly they can't even recognize the person they once tried to dim.